Hey guys, welcome back. Macy here, the Bright Side Girl, and today we are doing my July book haul, part 2. By Kirsten White. Whoa, man, I'm dropping books everywhere. I hope I don't buy any more books in July, right? And I'm thinking, no, because I'm not going to spend a lot of money on books when I already bought a lot of books. But I picked up a few here and there over the last week, and then today I hit the mother load. There's one library by my house, and they have a used bookstore that does 4 for $1, and normally they have nothing that I like, or the books are so beat up that you don't want them. But today I went in and it was like somebody that had like all the books that I wanted just went and put them on the shelf and said, here, these are 25 cents, Macy, you should buy them. And I did. So I only spent like $5 or $6, but I bought 24 books. And I already had like another 14 or something, and it is literally massive. I'm going to show you guys this pile because it is absolutely insane. I feel like my table is going to break. This is my pile of books. So yeah, I bought more books, and I have so many that I have to do a July book haul because it is only July 31st, and this is way too many for me to do in August when it's not even August yet. And I'm gonna have to do an unhaul soon because literally my apartment is overrun with books and they're so good, and I've been doing a good job reading them, but I don't want to promote book hoarding in my household for myself, and it might be a little too late. Okay, so let's get started because this is going to take a while. I'm going to like plow through these books unless there's something really significant that I want to tell you, because I will be reading a lot of them in the future and you'll get a little bit more description and delving into them at that point. But I'm going to just like go through because I can't even believe how many there are, because there are 40 more books for my July part 2. First up, I have Fateful, and it's so shiny, by Claudia Gray. I think this is part of a series that I already have one of the books for, so that's why I got that one. I have The Replacements. Look at this terrifying cover. This is by Brenna Jovenhoff. This one might be too scary for me to read, but it was 25 cents and I've heard people like it, but it looks terrifying, so I'm gonna save this for the fall. I got Star-Crossed by Josephine Angelini, another shiny cover. This one is about ancient Greece and gods and this cool lady by the water, and that's cool. I got Fallen by Lauren Kate because it was popular at one point and it's a movie now, and I heard some people really don't like it, but I like to make my own opinions. I got Entwined by Heather Dixon, which is a story, it's a retelling of The 12 Dancing Princesses, which is one of my favorite fairy tales of all time, and I've already been wanting to read this. I actually rented it earlier this year and just didn't get to it, but I'm really excited to read this one now. Entwined. Next up, I got Siren. Look at this creepy girl and her scary shiny eyes. I'm guessing that this is about mermaids, considering there's waves and stuff on the back, so that's why I got that. I got Blood Magic because I've seen this several times and the cover looks cool, and I think it's about witches, and it was 25 cents. I got Wildfire by Karsten Knight because I'm like all the way into Game of Thrones hardcore fandom, and Wildfire caught my eye for reasons that you Game of Thrones fans will know. And then the second thing that caught my eye when I read the back is that it is about a volcano goddess, which sounds awesome. Then I got Nightshade by Andrea Cremer or something. It's really cool, and I'm pretty sure it's about a werewolf lady because it says she can control her pack but not her heart, and the cover's kind of fun too. This is kind of a different one. I got Marco Polo, From Venice to Xanadu. I don't know if this is nonfiction or fiction. It's a tale about Marco Polo, and the cover's really fun and it looks really interesting, so I'm gonna read it. Next up, Beautiful Darkness. I'm in the middle of the audiobook for this and I'm really liking it so far, and this is by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stoll. I got Shatter Me, the ugly cover, because it was 20 cents and I love it. And because it was 20 cents, if they do redo the cover like I'm hoping to match the newer covers, then I will trade it out and get it. But I love this one. I'm probably going to reread it before the next Tahara Mafi book comes out. I got The Right 3, which just looks cool. I don't know, it just looks mysterious and cool, and it's heavy, and it looks magical, and that's basically why I got it. I don't know anything about it, and it is by Brett Hellquist, I believe. Paranormalcy by Kirsten White. This is by Harper Teen. I love Harper Teen. I've heard them talk about this one, and I'm gonna check it out. It says something about vampires, werewolves, fairies, and shapeshifters, so I'm loving that. Then I got Book 1, Nicholas St. North and the Battle of the Nightmare King. This is by William Joyce and Laura Geringer. Apparently this is like where Rise of the Guardians started. There's a little sticker about it. I haven't seen that yet. And it's just really cool, and it's really tiny, and it was in excellent shape. Then I finally found the 13th book in Series of Unfortunate Events, so now I'm only missing 2. I got Crescendo by Becca Fitzpatrick. I think this is book 2 in her Hush Hush series, and I have Hush Hush in paperback, so I'm going to read this one. This is a library copy, so I'm going to have to do some surgery and remove it. It's something that I bought, though, not took from the library. But this is The Land of Stories by Chris Colfer. This is Beyond the Kingdoms book 4. It's not in the best shape, but I legitimately want to read these, so I got it. This one's kind of fun. I got The Short and Bloody History of Knights and Spies and Pirates by John Farman. It just looks really, really fun. I found this one at a Goodwill. It says, "No job for the faint-hearted," and it's just got a history of like funny ways of talking about knights and spies and vampires, and it looks really cool. So I'm excited to tell you guys about this one. Next up, I got Peter Pan in Scarlet. This is the official authorized sequel to J.M. Barrie's Peter Pan. This is by Geraldine I don't know how to say her last name. They did a contest. J.M. Barrie left his rights to Peter Pan to the orphanage, which he would, like, oh, look at this cover, by the way. He would donate money to. He left the rights to his book, so they had all the like authority over what happens with Peter Pan, and they decided, I think in 2002, to run a contest to write a sequel, and this lady won, and this is the sequel to it, so it looks really fun. Next up, from the little free library down the street, I got The Christmas Caramel Murder by Joanna Fluke. This is an adult like murder mystery novel. She writes a lot of things like the blueberry pie murder and stuff like that, but I started reading this last year, and it's Christmas related and has recipes and stuff in it and cute little borders, so I picked this one up for free from the free little library, and then I'm gonna go donate some books in a minute. I got The Magician by Michael Scott. This is book 2 in the Alchemist, The Secrets of the Immortal Nicholas Flamel series, so I've almost got a complete set of these guys. I got This Is a Book by Demetri Martin. I love Demetri Martin, and apparently this book is hilarious. He is a comedian, and if you guys don't know about him, you should look him up because he's really, really funny. But I will definitely be reading this, and it seems like it'll go quick. Then I got more Twilight. Life and Death, or Twilight and Life and Death, the Giant 20th or 10-year anniversary edition by Stephanie Meyer. This is told in gender reversal, so Edward is, gosh, Edward's basically the girl is the vampire and the guy is Bella, and they have the name changes and everything's reversed, and it's supposed to be really interesting, and I want to read it, and it's really big. Then this one's exciting. I got A Lion Among Men by Gregory Maguire. This is the author of Wicked, and this is the 3rd book in the Wicked series, and these books are really expensive. I never see them at used bookstores. I don't have books 1 and 2 yet, but look at the underneath cover of this. How pretty is that? And the most exciting thing about it is I only paid like $1 for this guy. It has a really cool map. I'm excited to read Wicked, even though I'm skeptical because Gregory Maguire's Snow White retelling was kind of intense. But look, it is signed by Gregory Maguire. How cool is that? Plus, it's a beautiful book. Then I got Days of Blood and Starlight by Laini Taylor. This is book 2 or 3 in the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy, and I really want to read these, and I haven't seen them before, and I'm excited that I have one now. I finally found a decent, not horrifically torn up copy of Eldest by Christopher Paolini. There are 4 in this series. I think this is book 2 in the Aragon series. Usually these covers do not hold up very well with time. So this is the first time I found one that was not like completely ripped or gross looking, and I'm really excited that I have one now. I found Graceling by Kristen Cashore, and this is really shiny and pretty. And I've been wanting to read this one, although I'm kind of torn because apparently the audiobook's really good and I think I am able to get that one. I got Garden Spells by Sarah Addison Allen. This is one of my mom's favorite books. I think it's an adult book, but it's really small. But it's about an enchanted like apple tree and the people that take care of it, and my mom like loves it so much, and she doesn't read a ton of fiction books. So I'm excited to finally read this after years of her talking about it. I found Delirium by Lauren Oliver. You guys know how much I loved Before I Fall. I know this is a completely different direction because we're going dystopian and a little bit darker in a different way. This one is also cool because you've got this cool cover, and then the book itself is a girl. So excited. This one was a 100% complete cover by, this is Edminion Spring. And on the front it says, open the book that unlocks the secret. And this has like a textured thing, and then on the back it's got this really Renaissance looking thing, and I love like Renaissance-y, magical type fantasy books, so I got this one. I got 2 more books in the Bloodlines series by Michelle Mead. I got Bloodlines, and I got The Golden Lily. I think this is the spin-off series from the Vampire Academy. Then I had more Rick Riordan Glory. July was like Rick Riordan month. I got, excuse me, because last month I like misspoke on what a certain book series was, but this is the Kane Chronicles Book 3, The Serpent Shadow from Rick Riordan. Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard. This is The Hammer of Thor Book 2 by Rick Riordan. Blood of Olympus and the Heroes of Olympus, and this is Book 5. The Heroes of Olympus, The Mark of Athena, and this is Book 3. The Heroes of Olympus and the Lost Hero, and this is Book 1. So I've almost got all the Heroes of Olympus. I think I'm only missing one book. Then I found The Titan's Curse by Percy Jackson and the Titan's Curse by Rick Riordan, and so I only need 2 books left of these. And then the very last book that I got, and it is so fitting because like I said earlier, I am so into Game of Thrones right now that I finally decided I am going to go ahead and read the books and power through those thick, long fantasy adult novels. But I got George R. R. Martin's A Feast for Crows. I think this is book 4 of The Song of Ice and Fire. And I got it in paperback, which I never do, but this book is so long. It is tiny font, and it's almost 700 pages, and it's really intense, and I'm so into the fandom. And I got the paperback because it's just so much easier to read. I think I'm going to read it. I couldn't decide if I was going to read it or listen to it, but I know so much backstory already because I am so into it that I need to read them. So hopefully I can find the other ones soon because I only have book 4 right now. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for hanging in there if you did. This was a massive book haul. I got most of these books, again, like I said, for extremely cheap, so try to be nice to me in the comments. And I always donate them back to the library, or I try to sell them or something like that. Kind of my way of like giving back to the community, but this was a massive book haul, and you can see part of it is like stacked up here behind me. I hope you guys had a great summer, and I will see you guys next time on the bright side. Bye!